Welcome back to another episode of Drink Tales. And today, it is Cinco de Mayo. And everybody knows what Cinco de Mayo means in the drinking world. It means
margaritas.
Yeah, but we're gonna go left. We're not gonna do margaritas today.
Yeah, because there are more drinks out there with tequila than margaritas.
Exactly.
Like the Diablo or the California. I was gonna say California Sunrise. I know that's not the name. Tequila Sunrise.
Yeah. But we're gonna go left, and we're not going to do margaritas today. Because I'm sure if you type in Cinco de Mayo drinks into YouTube or Google or Twitter or the TikToks or Instagram, you're going to come up with a shit ton of margarita recipes. So we're going to be the outlier and we're going to do something different. Today, we're going to do micheladas.
A Michelada.
Yeah, we're going to do a Michelada.
Because I've never had one before, and what better way to try one than to make it myself.
Right.
Yeah. So this thing, there are several recipes for it. Everybody likes to equate it to they want to say it's the Mexican Bloody Mary. They're wrong, of course. It's actually, in my opinion, a Mexican version of a shandy.
Right.
Because, you know, the base recipe is literally just beer and some lime juice. Similar to a shandy, which is beer and lemonade. Now, I will say it has a savory kick to it because you're going to be adding some spices and seasonings in here that you would associate with a savory tasting note. But you're going to see that now. So I took the recipe from liquor.com. And I'm going to try to be as close to it as possible. They want you to mix cayenne pepper and salt together to make a rim. I didn't use salt. I used Tajin or tahine, however you want to pronounce it.
Right. Classical seasoning.
Because even when we're making something we've never had before,
still going to go off the beaten path.
Yeah.
So we're going to go more left than the left we already took.
That's ripped enough.
Right.
Okay. Now we're going to add our ingredients, which, of course, some of these are going to be, you're going to recognize them as being ingredients you will find in a Bloody Mary, but whatever. 2 dashes of Worcestershire sauce, however you want to pronounce it. I pronounce it as I don't season my steak, or rather, I don't put seasonings on my steak after it's cooked, because if you
don't you cook in Worcestershire sauce? Not
no,
you specifically, but can't you?
Yeah.
Don't people cook steaks in Worcestershire?
I mean, you can put it on your steak. You can season your meat before you cook it, which you should do. I don't understand why a lot of
hope you're not just cooking meat.
Yeah. That would be gross and dumb. But like, if you season your meat correctly and then cook it, you won't have need for steak sauces after the fact.
Right, just raw steak.
I mean, you're not wrong for putting seasoning on your steak. You can do that if you want to. I'm just saying, if you season and cook your steak correctly, you won't have a need to do that. But we're going off topic, so we're gonna shift into putting 2 dashes of Tabasco sauce in here. And if you want to know what I think the Mexican Bloody Mary is, it's the Bloody Maria.
Right. And what's the difference between the Bloody Mary and the Bloody Maria besides the name?
If I remember correctly, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I think you just replace the vodka with tequila. Okay. I could be wrong though, but I'm gonna look it up and make sure. Yep. So all it is replacing the vodka with the tequila. Mm-hmm. Well, I won't be drinking either of them. I hate Bloody Mary. I'm sure I won't like Bloody Marias either. Dash of salt. It's supposed to be celery salt, but we don't have that fancy stuff that you people go to your Whole Foods. Dash of pepper. A half ounce of lime juice. I'm just gonna use half of a lime because that should equal to about a half ounce. And if I'm being honest with you, I feel like the bulk of the flavor is gonna be carried by the lime juice outside of just the beer. And a Mexican lager or beer, or whatever beer you like, but I mean, for the tradition, use a Mexican beer. We use Modelo, but we can't be normal, so we got mango chile flavor. As you can see, we went through this beforehand.
Yeah, we drank some of Modelo.
It's really good. And there you go.
Okay.
The Michelada.
Let's see what we got. I'm gonna get some with the rim. Very savory. You do get all the ingredients. That's for sure.
It's spicy as well.
Spicy on the back end, on the back of your throat.
I didn't think the spices were as little as they were. Because you're literally doing dashes and pinches. I didn't think they would be enough to carry through the beer and the lime juice. But I guess the Worcestershire sauce is helping that.
I'm not gonna lie, for me, yeah, the Worcestershire sauce really does push everything through. I don't get as much lime.
Yeah, me either.
But maybe that's on purpose.
I will say this too, with the beer that we're using, because it has that mango flavor, the beer is shining through more than expected.
So here's a question for you. Could you see yourself drinking this again?
Probably, but I would want someone else to make it for me. Because I feel like for me to do it by myself at home, just on a whim, would be too much effort. Like, I want to be out at brunch and just be on the menu, and it's hyped up so much that I just have to try it.
I got you. Makes sense.
But I would have to try it like this though. I know there are versions with tomato juice in there. You can just go ahead and throw that in the garbage if you try to serve that to me.
The version that doesn't have tomato juice in it, which is like what we made, if I remember correctly from my readings, are a variant that comes from Mexico City specifically. So what we did was basically our riff on the Mexico City Michelada.
And I know there's a recipe out there that you can put mezcal in there as well.
Okay.
I think that would be pretty good, but I mean, we're not gonna find out tonight.
No, we are not. But me personally, I can see myself drinking this, but based off the flavors, based off what's in a Michelada, like, I'm not gonna lie, there are specific requirements. That's a drink for me. That is definitely a drink for Cinco de Mayo because it's spring. It's a spring drink that you drink in the day when the sun is out, and the barbecue is on, and you're grilling steaks. That's a drink that's accompanied by grilled steak, grilled sausage, fried egg, something like that. Like that, and that for me, the flavors of the drink are best accompanied with a meal like that, with like a barbecue type meal.
And I'll say this too, just the daytime for me. I know that sounds weird, you should not put weird restrictions on what you drink and when you drink it,
Unless you want to.
It's your freedom to do so or not do so. But for me, this specifically, I have to drink it in the day.
Yeah. This is a brunch drink or a lunch drink.
Like, that's just plain and simple. I will have to drink it in the day, and I would have to balance it with something to offset the flavors that are coming off of this drink.
No, I get you. For me, it's food.
And it would have to be really cold too.
Yeah.
Like, I know what we have here, while it was cold, it wasn't as cold as it could be. But like, I would want this to be really cold. I think for me, it would go down easier.
Right.
Yeah. And I say that like I had to choke this down when I really didn't.
But it would be more refreshing.
Yeah, this is a tasty drink. It's just something I would have to drink under specific conditions. And I wouldn't be clamoring to drink it all the time.
Right.
Like, I would literally, you would literally have to catch me in that moment.
Right. But overall, I mean, it was a nicely constructed drink. Just not something I would drink all the time.
Yeah, me either.
And with that said, that'll do it for this episode of Drink Tales. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that bell so that we're notified of all content coming to the channel. Also, check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Twitter. Check us out on Facebook. And guys, share this video. If you know someone who needs a good drink for Cinco de Mayo and they feel like margaritas are played out, this might be the drink for them. I mean, we enjoyed it for the most part.
Exactly.
But that'll do for this episode of Drink Tales, and until next time, everyone, peace.